Hello, Danny.
Hello.
To those of you that are watching this on YouTube, I'm sorry. I completely forgot to hit Danny up and record on Thursday, so this is going to be going out at noon on Sunday at Sunday at noon. So just real quick, fun fact. Um, if you are watching this when this goes live, uh, pause the video, come to the stream at twitch.tv/DominiteFox. I'm hoping to be either doing Ghosts of the Deep Dungeon, or worst comes to worst, I'm probably just going to be gathering a shit ton of bait for more fishing. So yeah. With that being said, popping over to the other screen, Danny, how are you doing today? I gotta face this way.
I'm doing good.
Anything special happened to you this week? Or just kind of chilling, hanging out?
It's been it's been a pretty good week actually.
Got a lot of editing done?
Got a lot of reading done.
Did a world tour?
And did almost like every raid in the game
Nice.
this week.
Now, is that including D1?
No,
I was about to say.
all the ones in D2.
Though, I can't imagine doing a world tour of both D1 and all of the D2 raids. Jesus. That would actually be insane.
Take a little bit.
Yeah. So, with that being said, we're gonna hop right into the Zetoab. This week in Destiny. Currently, 6/29/2023. I apologize, it's getting out a couple days late. So, for this week, we have an update on game stability and the next steps towards that. The lucky week in fishing. I'm excited to read more about that. The Witness's Origins cutscene. Spoiler alerts for that. Skip if you have not watched the cutscene yet. Final round of hashtag drown in the drip. Current Prime Gaming drop extended to July 19th. Community Emblem competition. The latest update from the player support team. And, of course, this week's Art of the Week and Movie of the Week picks. So, first up is an update on game stability and next steps. So, there's a lot to kind of unpack here. But Danny, if you wouldn't mind kind of just summarizing and TLDRing basically all of the major paragraphs.
Okay, so basically what they wanted to talk about a little bit in this is their updates to the stability of the server so that they could do work on it in the background has unintentionally led to the key service called the claim service, which is used to basically for everyone's instance of orbs of power, glimmer, ammo drops, stuff like that. Just stuff on client side, basically. It kind of caused it to freak out a little bit and overload. So it's caused some massive desync in some areas and some issues here and there. So they're going to be doing some work on that to prevent it from overloading itself and hopefully divert some stuff away from it so that it doesn't get overloaded again.
Appreciate that. The biggest thing that for players that I want you to all understand is this paragraph right here. And I'm going to read it out specifically because I need this to be said. Fixing these claims issues is the very top priority of our services organization right now, but we must do it very carefully. Done incorrectly, we could unintentionally make stability for players worse or create new issues. This is not a process that can happen overnight, and we must make sure that as we make these fixes, we guarantee that your gameplay messages get routed reliably so that your Destiny 2 experience remains smooth and stable. So, again, there may be... Honestly, Danny, if I'm going to be real, I'm wondering if what they might do is... Because I think they're basically going on about the future seasons coming up. They're going to be doing a lot of stuff. I'm wondering if they're going to delay... Like, if a season's going to run for an additional couple of weeks for the next, 2 to 3 seasons, as we read down here, to kind of, help build up. Because that's one of the reasons, actually, why Season of Arrivals was so fucking long. was because they were doing so many maintenance updates and stuff.
Yeah. And technically, I think this season is another one that's a little longer than normal because we got Solstice at the tail end, and then it will end. This season will end during the showcase in August, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's almost like right on the date of the showcase.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be really interesting. And with that being said, actually, the date of the showcase. What date is that? Do you know?
Let me double check.
Because based on what date it is, Danny, put in the comments below if you would love to see me and Danny actively react to the showcase as it's live.
So it's gonna be August 22nd.
August 22nd. What day is that?
That is on a Tuesday. So yep, that's when this season ends and next season begins.
Beautiful,
Probably.
Danny. Do you want to watch the showcase together and do a video reaction to it?
Yeah, I'll see if I'm free and awake when they do it. Cause let's see, what time are they doing it?
They
'Cause I know
normally
they're on
start
Pacific.
pretty early because it's like a 5 hour fucking showcase normally. Actually, no. Last showcase wasn't that long.
No, it was like 2 hours. They talked about the expansion,
Yeah,
which is what they're doing this year as well.
yeah. Basically, what we're going to be going into for Final Shape,
Yep.
which is going to be interesting. Specifically now with all of the info that we know now, there's going to be a lot to unpack, and I think that will be super fun for us, Danny, to kind of go over and actively react. My question is, who's going to be their content creator to show up this year?
Good question.
As much as I would love MP edits to just meme on everybody, I know damn well that should not ever happen. Because MP edits will just rinse the dev team for their PvP choices. I think the most reliable person, honestly, who did they have last year?
I think they actually didn't they bring Dado on last year to ask questions?
No, they had a different guy because he commented on Dado's like notepad or some shit like that.
Oh, who was it?
It's the guy that does like a lot of Sherping for raids, I think. He's a really genuinely good guy, but I can't fucking remember what his name is. Damn.
I can't remember either.
I think that if you're gonna add someone new to do the interview questions, I think actually, hear me out. I think the best neutral person who can see both the elitist side and the casual player side is Fallout Plays.
It would be interesting to see Fallout because he would probably have a few things to ask them about consistency.
Well, yeah, because all he does is run numbers, and I think that that'd be amazing. I think he would be a great choice to have as a content creator come on to the showcase. Now, before we get too sidetracked, this is basically kind of the roadmap of what we're going through. So, ongoing, they will continue to make improvements to the production and deployment processes to reduce the risk of disruptions for players while reducing our maintenance and deployment downtime windows. They will also constantly improve the response procedures for incident recovery to bring D2 back online as quickly as possible when incidents occur. This work has been ongoing and will continue throughout the entire timeline. Very specific. Now, mid-season 21, update 7.1.5. That will be probably right before Solstice. We will make targeted improvements to our logging and alerting systems, allowing us to diagnose issues more quickly with claims and related systems. These changes are designed to minimize the risk of further degrading stability while helping us to confirm the effectiveness of fixes further out on the roadmap. Now, Season 22 launch update 7.2.0. We are deploying a large set of improvements meant to improve the self-healing ability of claims and reduce the odds of needing to bring D2 temporarily offline when an issue occurs. They're adding a functionality for services to detect claim services that are in an unhealthy state and send the messages to healthy services instead. Additionally, making 6 targeted fixes to claim systems where we have identified issues that could impact claim stability or recovery. They are also going to be making an improvement to better evict old gameplay messages in the pipelines, which should help with faster recoveries and reduce the chance of a death spiral of slow messages causing more slow messages. We're also deploying improvements that will help us to make Destiny 2 services even more robust in the future. Added improved support for targeted chaos testing against our services, allowing us to better simulate different failure modes for our services. There will also be adding more logging for non-claims portions of our messaging pipeline to detect other issues that could lead to connection problems for players. And then finally, for Season 22, to reduce the odds of introducing new problems with these changes, we're also updating and expanding the claims unit test. This is an automated testing that verifies code in behaving the way we expect it should. And then, with Season 23, based on the results of the Season 2.0, Season 22 launch, and improved logging, we'll be targeting deeper and broader architectural improvements to improve the service stability and rapid recovery at D2, which will include a range of additional improvements. So it is going to be a massive widespread thing that's going to spread through Season 3 and Season 4 of Lightfall. So please keep that in mind. Like they said, there's a lot of fucking problems. And I do not state that lightly. There's a lot of fucking problems. So please, if you are a casual player, keep an open mind. Worst comes to worst, if they still have to bring the site down, there are other games you can go play. Nothing crazy, nothing hard. If you're an elitist, hop off your high horse and join the train, fuckface. And with that being said, we're on to the fun part, Danny. Feeling lucky! How's the fishing going, pals? Whether you are having a shocking good time on Nessus, catching a break in the EDZ, at least it's a carp, you know, or spending time in the Misty Throne world, we have some exciting news for you. Starting at Reset on Tuesday, as part of the Bungie Day celebrations, we will have a new fishing perk, Lucky Week. What does that mean exactly? Well, for 1 week, Nessus, the EDZ, and Throne World will have a bonus that doubles the exotic fish catch rate. Need to finish up that triumph? Get ready to get on out there, Guardians, and watch for more Bungie Day details coming next week. I think that is fucking amazing.
That's pretty good.
That is amazing. That means that ultimately, technically, won't that bring the exotic rate almost up to the legendary rate? Or like just shy?
Pretty much, yeah.
So that's pretty solid. Now I already have all of the axe heads, which is the generic exotic, so I still need to get I think it's what, a total of 5? 5 on each world?
Think so?
Yeah.
I think it's 5.
I think it's 5. And then EDZs should release this week, correct? Or this coming week?
It should be back on the rotation.
Yeah. What was it on this past week? It was Nessus and Throne World because
Nessus
of the new
and
exotic.
Throne World. Yeah.
So it'll probably come back to EDZ this week for the new one.
For the last exotic.
Yeah. So I'm kind of excited for that. The Witness's origins. Before you can confront the Witness, you must understand it. No, I'm not going to watch the video. But for those wondering, yes, this cinematic will continue to be viewable in-game after Year 6 of Destiny 2 concludes. Oh, that's interesting. So you can actually go back and watch it. That's interesting. The fucking origin story. Real quick. Again, fucking spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it yet, go fucking watch it, stupid.
It's like, go play the story, get up to it. It's worth it.
I will give you 5 seconds to pause the video, go watch it, and then come back. Alright, let's fucking talk, because I got some fucking words. What the fuck was that, man? That is a whole ass loop. Like, let's just unpack this, Danny, in a 3-step process. So, alright, so the first step process is, the Witness is a compilation of thousands of people.
The Witness is an entire race.
The entire race
into one.
Yeah, the entire race was gifted power by the Traveler to do technology and whatnot, and they were the only ones so far that have seen the true power of what the Traveler has to offer, and they found the veil. Now, to be fair, the veil was being protected by the Neo-Moonans at that time. So they weren't able to get it. Also, Savathun kind of fucked them up.
The veil was kind of off in its own place.
Oh, this is... What was it really? I thought it was back. I thought it was still on...
It was off on its own place.
Really?
Because the reason that the veil ended up on Neptune was Savathun.
Oh, right, because Savathun stabbed Nezarec to steal it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, step 1. Find the power of what the Traveler does. Step 2. Realize that you're a greedy bitch. Step 3. When the Traveler leaves, recapture it. That's basically the nutshell.
They were gifted the power of the light. Kind of exploded in advancement and got to the point where they just felt like they lacked purpose. And the Traveler didn't give them purpose. So they found the veil and tried to fuse the veil and the Traveler to have both the dark and the light, to have both life and death shaping reality. And the Traveler didn't want any of it, so it left. And then they just fused into one being and continued to chase the Traveler for eternity.
Yeah, so it's
basically.
Like... Yeah, it's thousands of people in one person. Which is why their voice sounds so fucking weird.
Yeah,
that
and they believe the light should be in check.
Yeah.
They feel like it's chaos.
Which is weird. Because, surprisingly enough, the roles have been reversed. When you actually take a look at, like, the light and the dark subclasses, like, people have the concept in their mind that light is good, dark is bad. And we found this out when we first went to Europa for Beyond Light, when we got our first dark subclass. That the dark is not all that bad. And then when we realized that the Traveler was being a fucking dickhead and decided to leave, Rasputin decided to put a fucking hole in it. Or was going to put a hole in it. So, needless to say, we found that out real quick, that it was very different.
It's not good and bad. It's
how you use your power.
It's like the light is more physical entities, whereas the darkness is paracausal.
Yeah, because obviously, lightning, void. Well, technically, void is kind of weird.
Void's like
because
antimatter.
it's antimatter, so it's kind of rides that line of between light and dark. But for the sake of the argument, we're just gonna put it in light.
Because like the darkness subclasses are more like their thoughts more than anything.
Yeah, because it's I mean, a great example is stasis.
Like control.
Yeah, because stasis is the creation, right, of the ice power, right?
Yep.
Strand is the untangling, or the unraveling, I guess I should say, of thought process / emotion / nerves, in a way.
And the next one we're probably going to get is shape.
Yes. Which is going to be very fucking interesting. All I can imagine is just a Titan spawning a cube and then just punching it and launching it at someone.
Like, it's going to be really interesting to see, like, the final abilities of the dark subclasses.
Yeah. Here's my issue. I just don't want it to be so fucking weird that people have to have a PhD in physics to understand how to use it. Because we started to kind of see a little bit of that with Strand. Because it's like, yeah, like, there's two forms of Strand, okay? There is Unga Bunga Spider-Man everywhere. And then I'm going to solo every single piece of content in this game because I have min-maxed this subclass so fucking hard that it does not matter what stands in front of me.
Like, Strand and Stasis, literally both to varying agrees, are the best crowd control subclasses in the game.
Yeah, like it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Um, but yeah, the witness's origin story is so
Wild.
fucked,
But it does explain why the witness is so powerful.
and also why the witness is a giant fucking dickhead. Because you have
Yeah.
like thousands of people all being a dickhead at the exact same time, all the time.
All obsessed with finding a purpose and controlling the traveler.
And you know what the fucked up part is? Is that everywhere else that the traveler went, all the other people had purpose. They just came up with their own.
And the witness and the Black Fleet showed up and decimated all of it, led by the Hive.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the whirlwind,
Yep.
and then what's the battle called, or the war called that happened on Torabottle when the Hive basically just destroyed all of the like the Cabal
I
planet?
like I can't actually remember the name of it, but like that's the entire reason that both the Elixir and the Cabal are in our system because they have nowhere else to go.
Yeah, because their homeworlds are
Gone.
fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of fucked. So, it's fucking interesting. Uh,
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, Danny. I'm gonna be very excited to shoot this fucker in the face.
It's gonna be interesting what they decide to do.
I just hope that it is just a Dark Souls boss on steroids, and it's just like 50 million phases, but they have like no HP. But you have to go through like 50 different phases of all of the different kinds of people that are inside the witness.
I'm just really interested to see what they're gonna do because I know we got a tie over with a returning raid next season, which will be interesting. But there's so many ways they can take the story because we're gonna get Savathun sooner or later.
Cade is also coming back
Mm-hmm. But
somehow.
Savathun being our only way of figuring out how to get to the witness is it's not unexpected, but it's interesting that they're bringing that up now
Yeah.
because we're just in season 2. Like,
I mean, it caught us all off guard when we realized that Savathun's a fucking guardian.
it's like, yeah, Savathun's a guardian, but we still have her remains, and her ghost is not dead, so
Yeah,
she's the key.
Amaru's. Yeah, we saw that on my stream the other day. We were fishing and doing public events.
Yep.
Amaru, despite the fact that Savathun is technically dead right now, is still a fucking dickhead. God, he's such an asshole. You know what would be super funny though, Danny,
What's up?
is if Finch revives his hive guy.
That would be really interesting.
That would be so fucking funny. Because the dude's just like, what the fuck, man? I've been dead for like a year and a half. What the fuck? Finch is like, my bad.
Like, Finch just kind of just left him there. It's like, all right.
Yeah, because Finch doesn't want to deal with him. He doesn't want to deal with
Yeah.
him. He doesn't want to be a slave to this asshole. He's like, all right, bye. Like, stay dead, asshole. So, that'll be fun. Uh, and now we're going to move on to the hashtag drown in the drip. We got BD Teej, Big Daddy Teej. You merely adopted the deep. I was born in it. That's some good drip.
This is actually funny that it's Tej. featured in this.
It's pretty good drip. It is
It's
pretty
pretty good.
it's pretty good drip.
It's
And
the
then
ornament on Winter Bite too.
yeah, then we have the Ghost of the Methane Ocean from Mirage is Best. And I am actually a huge fan of this because it very much reminds me of the very, 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 for those of you that know, the old 50s and 60s tin can scuba gear.
It kind of does, yeah.
The only thing it's missing is the big old fuck off like metal tin can head with the fucking gate on it. So, but yeah, no, that's pretty solid. And then we got feeling myself. I Silva. I got 2 back-to-back whispers about my drip tonight. I'm feeling myself, and that's some good drip. Edgy as fuck, but good drip.
Really good.
Oh, and we got more. Now I apologize. This isn't Spanish. I have no idea what the fuck this says. But we got Agar Raven or Age Roared Raven. The silver with the gold with the blue, always a good touch.
Very solid.
Very, very, very solid drip. And with that being said, we're on to Prime Time. Now, do note, the current Prime rewards are being extended through July 19th. I am actually curious as to why they extended it.
It is interesting.
Yeah, because normally it's 2 weeks, and if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. So, kind of interesting on that. You're gonna get an emote, a new ghost, a sparrow, and a ghost projection. It looks like. Yeah. So, pretty good rewards. Again, just free stuff. Prime Gaming doing Prime Gaming things. And then we have the Community Emblem Competition. Now, I am going to go into a little bit of info on this, just so people have the info. If you're not a fan of like this, just kind of skip over like a couple minutes and see if we're still on it. But with that being said,
Yeah.
there's a few guidelines for how it's going to work. First things first, the nameplate dimensions are going to be 474 by 96 px. Other components of full emblem design, the icon and the header, are not required for a submission. There are no theme or color restrictions. The world is your oyster. 3. Art must be 2D and non-animated. Submissions must include the hashtag emblematic to be included in the competition. Branding, logos, or any third-party intellectual property cannot be included. Any hateful or explicit imagery will lead to immediate disqualification. Makes sense. Don't be a dick. This is not a popularity contest. All submissions will be presented to the voting panel without identifying information about the original artist. So it's basically going to be an anonymous.
Yeah.
And you're going to be anonymous. You're going to be anonymous.
Anonymity.
Thank you. Fuck. English
Yeah,
is hard.
It is.
And then all submissions are subject to this policy. It's just the legal tender policy to make sure that you're not plagiarizing. And then the submission period will be open from when the TWAB went live. Will be open from well, since you're watching this now to July 13th. So you've got roughly about 2 weeks. And the winner will be announced July 20th in the TWAB Fucktwid via official social channels. If you have any questions, please reach out to charityevents@bungie.com if there are any questions. Now, we're on to the player support. We're going to take a look at the known issues, and I am glad to see that the list has gone down from last time, Danny, which is great. However, I'm seeing some really problematic ones here. We are aware of an issue with the Battle Rhythm Seasonal Challenge. Oh, wait, no, we saw that last week, right?
I believe, yeah.
Strand Slayer Crucible Bounty, we saw that. Players can be eliminated by a finisher if the enemy is eliminated before the finisher animation completes. We've been talking about that for a while. It kind of fucking sucks. The efficient angler seasonal challenge is not working correctly. We've seen that. And the Taken, Portal, and Heart at the end of the Last Wish raid can appear off to the side.
Yes, it does.
That's fucking weird. That's... You know, I'm not going to lie, Danny, that's kind of a weird one. Does it still function properly, or is it just, like, off to the side?
It sort of does. It was desync real bad last week, but it does function.
Alright. Oh, here we go. So, yeah. So, not too many problems this week. Good to know. Rolling in the Deep. This is from Lucent Beam. Unfortunately, we will not be able to watch it. But it looks like a music montage. A Destiny parody, Rolling in the Deep. So, pretty solid. Then we've got Rex Certified and list of the release of Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse, my friends. And I've created this Destiny 2 X Spider-Verse edit. Seems pretty dope. Looks a lot like Solar Flare's animation, and I'm fucking here for that. I want more Solar Flare animation. Now, we do have some art for the week. Blooming Jellies. The garden grows in both directions. It grows into tomorrow and yesterday. The red flowers bloom forever. And on it, it looks like a needlework pattern. I'm going to assume this isn't...
I believe so.
Yeah, I don't think this is crochet, but please someone correct me in the comments below. You are a dead thing made by a dead power in the shape of the dead. All you will ever do is kill. You do not belong here. This is a place of life. That's a good fucking line.
I believe that's actually like part of D1 lore.
Yeah.
When it talks about the ghosts.
Yeah, it's actually insane. It's actually, like, that's such a banger of a line, too. I really actually hope that gets brought back up into final shape. Because that is a good fucking line.
Oh, it probably will. And it's very accurate to what the Guardians are.
Yep. And then here we go by Hex the Vex. Taking some time to unwind when he can catch a break from the House of Light. And it's Misrax chilling next to the fishy tank. That's good. That's
real good.
That's some wholesome shit right there. And that is it for the TWAB this week. So, nothing super crazy. Mostly just claims. Claims and letting us know about fishing. And fucking, and, you know, telling the witness to, yet again, suck our knobs like corn on the cobs. So, yeah. Not really too terribly much, but more just, like, in-game stuff overall. Rather than, like, info. Other than, like, obviously the claim shit. Do you have anything else to add about the TWAB, Danny?
That's about it. I'm glad they're working on stability.
You and me both.
Server stability has been real rough.
Yeah. Yeah, getting randomly kicked off for no reason, kind of whack. Also, the loading in the tower is back to where it was.
Oh, the tower's
bad.
Awful.
The tower is bad. It's bad right now. So, with that being said, Danny, where can they find you?
Find me on YouTube and Twitch under the same name.
You can also find me on Twitch and YouTube at DominiFox or on Twitter at DominiFox1. So, yeah, Hori Mia Missing Pieces is going on, so you'll be seeing me tweet a little bit about that. Stay tuned for that. With that being said, thank you all so much for stopping by. We both hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, don't be a sweat lord. I'll see you guys next time.